Well, hey, Jen, how are
Hey,
you?
hey! Good.
Get together for a weekly powwow. Oh my God, what a crazy week it's been. Insane. Insane.
It's insane. I bet everybody out there is insane too. Where
Oh,
are we
yeah,
dropping into?
exactly. I was just reading this morning, I get the weekly email from Integral Human Design, which kind of combines human design and gene keys.
Yeah.
And it was talking about the question was, how do I raise my frequency? And it kind of got me thinking. I thought this would be like something I'd love to get your take on, but like we all are, add that to our to-do list, right? Like, oh, I gotta up level. I'm not good enough, like all this stuff. And it was interesting, what it came down to was it's not like you need to be up leveling your frequency or raising your frequency. It's really all of this distracting stuff, especially like around the holidays, like we're extra scheduled. We've got like, you said you had like 600 emails to go through, like just all this other stuff. And then you're still trying to take this time to like get in the zone, right? Or, bring yourself back down. But the answer was talking about how it's really about not raising your frequency. It's stripping away all
Mm.
this extra stuff that's just distracting you and getting back to your natural state, your natural resonance, your natural frequency. Like that's where your homeostasis is.
It makes me think of weeding the garden instead of pouring more fertilizer on or ugh, weeding the garden and then nurturing it from the ground up in a way of who you really are. I love that, Katie. I love the how do I raise my frequency? Sounds like a to do instead of a to be, doesn't it?
And especially us as projectors, like, I mean, we are all about trying to just be, and letting your energy do the work. Like when you are in that natural state of homeostasis, just whatever, like you're kind of just you're not trying, like
It's not trying. That's right.
trying.
It's not, you
Yes.
can't try to be.
I know, I know. I mean, although that's what we do. Like I had this like
That's right.
epiphany. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sitting here going, okay, I gotta schedule time. I'm so stressed out. I gotta schedule time to like do some yoga this week. And I should start meditating again. And all of a sudden I've got that open route, which anybody that's got the open route, it's like you're always feeling this pressure that you'd like, I need to make a list and check off all the boxes. And then maybe it'll go away, right? Like once I just gotta keep up with it all. Like anybody with an open route, I feel like you see all these people just like getting it all done and making it all look easy, right? And you just start getting up in your head and going, well, why can't I do that? Oh my God, I'm a loser. Oh my God. And then you create a longer list and then you can't get anything done on your list. You maybe check two things off, right? And then that stresses you out. And you end up in this like perpetual spiral of just like stupidness,
Well,
Because
I
what
just love that. That's, yeah.
boxes? Nothing.
What?
Well,
Yeah.
like even if you check all the boxes off your to-do list, you just make another to-do list. I'm like, oh, okay, I got all that done. What's next? And then it's like you just keep going, you keep going, you keep
But
going.
you're talking about the illusion of the pressure of not having that root center anchored by a planet. It's that illusion for people. This is a really good one because mine is colored in. I have a channel to the spleen, 2838. So I have a consistent way I'm supposed to exercise every day in order to just stay in my body and burn that consistent pressure off. And you sometimes have it and sometimes don't based on the transits and people you're around. But the pressure is always an illusion. I mean it's always there, but it's always a wait, I gotta wait in case there's tons more pressure, or maybe there's no pressure. Right? That is a mental game, but it's a real dilemma.
But for
So
you, like you said, you kind of have this energy to burn. And what happens if you don't work out and you don't like say you go a couple days and you're not able to burn that energy off? Like how does that feel in your body?
well, it's funny because here I'm in Nashville and we've had, the huge cold front. You guys have too, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
0 degrees and I do teach exercise and I couldn't get to the classes, the roads are ice. And so it feels like I'm better at it now with more awareness. feels like I've had too much caffeine, where I just need to move my body, and I can, I don't have to go for a big run to do it anymore. I can
Mhm.
do it in a Tai Chi type way or yoga type way, and yeah, and I don't die. I used to have to like, oh my God, I haven't exercised today. And now I'm like, how am I? I'm just really better at listening to the spleen,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
listening to what I need in the moment and trusting it. There's something so great about this work.
Well, and you just said it again. Like, I think it is about, instead of trying to reach for, how do I raise my frequency? What can I do? What can I, what pill can I take? Whatever. Like, it's about, no, it's about going in and tuning into like your energy. And yes, human design kind of helps you because it breaks it into your different centers, like your different chakra centers, that so you can even pinpoint even more. And then you can go, oh, okay, I'm open in this energetic area. So, like, if I don't show up in my energy, it's like a cup where you pour water in it. The world will fill it in, right?
It
With all the,
will. Nation, yeah. It pours a vacuum.
yeah.
Not that the openness is a vacuum, but it is an open window. And the world's gonna go, what's in there?
Hmm.
Knock, knock, knock.
And then you start, and then it goes up into your head.
Right.
And so the more connection you can have with that, the mind being aware of the body, because our mind just like, it could just run its own show, right? Like, it doesn't care what my body's going, I'm tired, I need to rest. No, 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 you got to keep that open route. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to check off the boxes. But the more you can like create that space to just have that natural level of awareness. And I love what you said, because you're finding it doesn't need to be through this like major exertion of energy. Yes, you can still do like whatever it is that you do, like you mentioned Tai Chi or yoga or different things, but it's really the key thing is like allowing the mind to drop down into the body so you can kind of check in with yourself, right? And let your body and your energy like be your guide.
That's right. Because I don't even know if it's the mind dropping into the body anymore for me. Maybe it's the attention, your awareness
Yeah, I
is,
guess that's what I mean when I say the mind dropping into
yeah,
the body. It's that, yeah, I'm aware of more than just like all the million things going on in my head. I'm
yeah,
aware of, wait a minute, how's my body feel? What is my energy saying? Like, what's my intuition telling me in this moment? Like that kind of increased awareness. Yeah.
perfect. Because for your chart with all of your undefined root, and both of us have the undefined sacral that really has no clue about healthy boundaries, about doing or not doing.
Hello.
Yeah,
uh,
doing or not doing. I mean, let's opt for not doing, waiting and receiving and allowing the frequency match to find us, because we're being we are the lighthouse that way. And to instead of zooming it around so fast and going, do you see me, do you see me? Going, and then
And
I
it's
think,
funny what I've learned over the last couple of years is it's like, especially if you have like an open heart, or open ego, like you're trying to, kind of reach outside yourself to be, or an open throat, right? To be seen, to be heard, like that's
mm,
get your value from, right? Did I contribute today? But it is funny when you kind of focus inward and you get right with yourself, you attract even more opportunity. You attract even more whatever that is, like goodness and the people like I used to get that FOMO, like, oh my God, I got to call and check in with this person. I got to schedule, something with this person. I haven't talked to this person in a while. But I now if I don't pick up the phone, they'll call me. You know what I mean? Like for the longest
yes,
time, it's like, oh my God, then they're gonna forget about me or whatever. But it's like,
yes,
yeah, because you're just right with your energy and people enjoy being around that because you don't want to be around somebody you just described where you're like frantic and no, like I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go. I got something I gotta do. Because like that's what we're all trying to get away from. And I think that's the problem.
Pressure.
Everybody's just running around, trying to check off all the boxes, especially this time of year, instead of just taking time. Like, even if you're just listening to this right now, like, it's just while you're listening, your body's kind of like taking it in and going, ah, yeah, like, let's just calm down a little bit. Let's just like, just do what's right in front of us.
It is. That's right. In the moment is the juice.
Hmm.
That knowing circuit is where we really touch base with the in the moment truth. I mean, that's really where the downloads come, is in your knowing circuit and what you have in there. Um,
And
yeah,
it's like easy this time of year with resolutions, and everybody's kind of starting to already, kind of, what do I want to do differently in 2023? As you start to notice these things, that's where you can set like those intentions, like, okay, how am I going to create more of just like a daily habit, so that it's not getting built up to where you haven't, like you said, moved your body in 5 days, and now all of a sudden you're just like stiff, and you can't even turn your neck, kind of thing. Like, yeah, I mean, it's like it take learning to just create like normalcy around that. So like, it's just part of your daily routine. And even just starting to be aware of it, I think, is huge, you
that's
know,
right. That's
because
the first step. Yeah.
it's not like you have to do anything, it's more about just being aware of, oh, there I go again. I'm starting to spiral. Like, oh, okay, let me just, that's when I say like drop into my body. Though that's when I catch myself doing that, that's when I kind of go, take a breath,
Yeah.
just like ground yourself. I guess that's like my way of dropping into my body. And then it's like, then you go forward, and then whatever it is that I choose to focus on, I'm fully present. So it's like it gets done quicker. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I take it in instead of like trying to do three things at once, and then like I don't really remember any of it.
Hmm.
That, like, where I'm trying to listen to a podcast while I'm getting ready, while I'm, I don't know, checking an email, and then like you realize I don't know what that email said. I have no idea. I checked the podcast off the list, but I don't know what it said.
You know what I notice about you? I mean, that you are really present where you are. I mean,
I am.
you really are. You really do really well about not answering your phone when you're with your, whoever you're with, and you're there. And I don't know, I learned a lot from you in that space, going, gosh, it's Katie's really, really right here. And it felt so, projector, they have that aura that goes right heart, heart. So I can see how other people, if they're not wanting that kind of attention, it could hurt in a way. But to, gosh, have a conversation and sit with that presence is so powerful. I'm just gonna say you're pretty good at it, Katie. So don't beat yourself up.
Well, thank you. But you know
Yeah.
what? It's only because I've been aware, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've been working on this because I used to be so scattered. And so I appreciate you like reflecting that, because it's like sometimes you don't even realize, even when you are doing it. I guess this is good that you brought this up, because when I said, when you make it just a part of who you are, and just your typical day, then that becomes your baseline frequency. Because that
Yeah.
is the thing that I will say, yeah, like I am one-on-one. Like, if I am sitting down with somebody, I want I just want to know about you. I want to, you know what I mean? Like, I just
Great at
am
that.
all like just here for you, and I hate that. I think that's so um I don't know what the word is, like, not rude, but like I can just tell in a second when somebody's sitting with me and they're not listening to me. And it just, that is like, it hurts me in a way. And I know they're not trying to be hurtful, but it's like, you're like, come on, like, just,
Except that is probably your open ego in a way. Because really, if someone's not listening to you, brilliant one, it's probably about them. Not able to hear your information or your frequency, or they're full up and they can't hear anymore.
yeah.
So just, I don't know, I'm just saying, don't take that personally. I know it hurts. Um, and go, okay, 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 huh, I'm gonna keep this to myself.
You're right.
Because,
You're so right. That's why
yeah,
everyone talks, it's like
well, we can see each other.
yes. Yeah, like projectors, they see you, they hear you, right? Like, it's like they just get
Yeah.
you level, and it's just like, it's just so nice. It's so nice. Well, we
It's
just wanted to come on and just like, yeah, take a few minutes and check in with each other, and like, just post if we can help anybody that's going through similar stuff, especially this last week as we close out. What a year 2022 has been. Oh,
well, give a tip, Katie. What are you gonna do, just as a last tip, to close out this year? Because really, for human design, it doesn't start until January 21st or so. But to close out 2022, are you doing any ritual for you?
That's a good question. Somebody was telling me the other day that I need to just lay low these next couple weeks, which I think we all do, right? And I need to just stay in a place of gratitude. And that is really going to calibrate my frequency for going into the new year in the best possible way. Because I mean, really, when you practice like, appreciation and just love, and, no matter what is going on, and believe me, I've been, master of chaos over here and the craziness. But what I have learned when I've sunk into these like really deep depressive states is, Katie, you can find beauty in every day, even if it's like just the tiniest little thing, right? But if you focus on that, if you focus on finding just one thing in every day that you can say is beautiful or you are thankful for, like,
Mhm.
talk about raising your frequency, like that just gets you right where you need to be. And when we're talking about raising your frequency, really like, okay, well, what is the flip side of that? Well, what it is when you do get into that flow state, that zone, whatever you want to call it, that mind, body, spirit alignment, the synchronicities in your life just they just line up, and all of a sudden you're like in the right place at the right time, and you're like, oh my God, like, how did that happen? Like it just stuff just gets easier and easier, the more that we can kind of really realize how much power we have over
Mhm.
our own frequency.
Mhm.
What
Yeah,
about
because what I
you?
hear you saying is you kind of you stay with the shadow and you alchemize that shadow by noticing, by pausing and noticing something, a glimmer, speck of light in there. And that alchemizes it into more and more awareness.
Yes. Oh, you're
Good
so
job.
good, man. You're
No,
this
I'm
stuff
just,
down.
that's why we're on the planet. I really think not to not be in your shadow, but to be in your shadow
Oh,
and
right.
notice, go, oh, there's a speck of light. Oh, anyway, good job on that. That's good. Thank you for the reminder on that.
You reminded me when you were saying that, like that Tai Chi symbol where you've got the black, the circle that's half black, half white, and you
Yin
have
yang symbol. Uh-huh.
yeah, you have the black dot in the white, right? And the white dot
Yeah.
black. Yeah, because you're right. If you can find one piece of light, no matter how dark, you know, of a place you're in, like it switches everything.
And
Or
Richard
it
Rudd would say,
starts.
what?
It starts. I'm not going to say it's
It
like,
starts it.
but it
Right.
starts.
Yeah. Richard Rudd would say, and the light is, we are the light. So it's not looking at a situation and finding the light outside of yourself it is going, oh, I am devastated in here. And there's a flicker of awareness of inside us. I love when he says that we are the light.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's it. That's that energy, right? That's that frequency, and you can see it, they can report it now and scientifically, like in aura scans or, whatever. I mean, you can literally see it. Like, it used to be like, oh yeah, what do you mean on the light? But now it's like, no, we really are. So yeah, you create your reality, right? And I guess that's what that is when you are trying to find a piece of beauty or something to be happy and grateful for. That is you creating your reality. You're choosing to see that speck of light in the darkness.
That's right. That's free will.
Yeah, it is.
That's
And
free
like a
will.
little qigong move I learned is you can always like you basically you put your hand out in front of you and you kind of point it down at the earth, because our meridian system, our electrical system starts to, in our hands, right? And it goes to all of our organs and radiates out through our body. But anyways, just picture yourself, kind of look down, through the bridge of your nose at your hand, and picture yourself just pulling, like you'd pull up like a little bit of glue, a little spark of light from the earth, and pull it up on your middle finger, and then bring your thumb to your breastbone, right? And look down at that middle finger. And when you breathe in, just picture that light that you picked up going into your third eye, into your mind, right? And just because it starts with our thoughts, right? And so when you can, so even if you can't find that light within yourself, because I know we've all been there, there are times where you just can't, you
Yeah.
can get it from places. You can get it from the universe. You can get what you need.
I love that. I got little chills, little splenic chills from that. Thank you.
Nice. What about you? Real quick, what's going to be your ritual or your thing?
Honestly, every year I have a blank piece of paper that has the 2022 or 2023 on it. And I have the one from last year. And I just do a top 10 focus. Here's what I want to focus on. The first one is always love.
Uh,
Always love. And it's like a love of, family or love of this journey or whatever. But then it's always my top 10 on. And so if I'm just sort of chaos, I can go, and it's on my bulletin board. So it's just like there. Oh, nutrition. God, I didn't do that one this year,
I know 10's a lot.
but it's usually in order. So let me just da, 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 da. It sounds pretty logical, doesn't it? And I'm such an abstract person, but I enjoy doing the process every
Oh
year.
yeah. And I love that it's not like resolutions, right? I kind of do the same thing. I always name the year. I'm like, I was trying to think, what can 2023 be? And I finally came up with, well, it's funny we were talking about just being, because I'm like, it's the year to just be, what rhymes with 23, and then also to be happy. That's going to be, because I've just come off, several years of just really, really, really deep, darkness and tragedy. And what I'm finding, this is so funny we're talking about this, when I'm finding that when I'm just being and I'm not trying to do stuff for myself or for other people, that's when the magic happens. That's when I get those epiphanies and downloads of like, oh my God, like, and then, I'm like, great idea, Katie. Like, and then I can go and I can do, but I'm letting my higher self, my intuition, whatever you want to call it, like I'm connecting in with that and letting that be my guide. And of course that will lead to happiness, because that's alignment, and that's what you and I are in this, game of life for, right? And we teach human design.
Yes. Yes. Don't know what happened. I hear you. That's what we're in it for. I know we have a whole other thing on happiness and joy and all that stuff, but I've found through human design and this study and gene keys and integral human design, I had the most peaceful, joyous Christmas that I've ever had.
Oh my
And it
God.
was alone, and it was cold and freezing, and it was alone. And it was, I don't know, splendid.
I'm so glad that you shared that, because there's so many people that do spend Christmas alone and compare, and like there's this like reality that TV or whatever is built, what it's
Yeah.
like. But you're right, like it's really about just being good with yourself and having that peace, right? That's
I
silent.
felt it. I literally felt it. And it was joy. It was a content, like, this is good. I don't think I would want to be anywhere but here.
Oh
Uh,
my gosh. Thank
So
you. Oh,
yeah.
that's so beautiful. Oh my God. If we can all get to the place where you are at, my friend, like
Oh,
really.
well, that was, on Christmas Day. I don't know where it is today, but I do have more of a juicy joy inside
Yeah.
than outside than I can ever remember. So these we're on the right track, it feels like.
It does feel like that. Oh my God. I'm so glad we jumped on and we had a chance to talk and catch up. And
You're the best,
you're
Katie.
the best. No, you are.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes, we'll see you guys on the other side in 2023. Bye for now.
Oh,